Hello, my name is Sheldon. Welcome back for another episode of Ep32 as Argentina. In previous episode, we managed to capture pretty much all of Chile that was remaining, at least. So right now we got a little bit infamy, which we're probably gonna let just go away. We are currently building a bit of extra power. Actually, I think what I might do, I'm gonna build a power plant. They've got a power plant in here, but it's not fully hiring. Okay. Right, well in that case what we'll do is we'll go for the... Oh right, they're building a lot of electric industries. We could build some radios, but that would require a whole lot of extra energy, which I don't think we can afford. Plus that would provide less telephones, so I think we'll just go ahead and switch the motor industries to produce some electric engines. That's going to take a decent bit of electricity as well, actually even more electricity. But also a bit more steel, but a whole lot more engines are going to be produced. It might not be profitable outright, but I suspect that over time it will be, and we'll also have the power plant be a bit more profitable. Perhaps we'll build a second one there just in case. I think another thing that we should actually do, if we have a look at the journal, there is the Dreadnought Warfare and Destroyer Warfare and all that. So Destroyer Warfare, we just need to be at war, and then we'd have that. Dreadnought Warfare, we need to have a bit more Dreadnoughts. We need to have about 1/5 to be Dreadnoughts. Not enough healthcare. Due to the shortage of public healthcare services, citizens around the nation who cannot afford their own medical care have begun demanding more accessible and available healthcare. We can free up some extra bureaucracy. We get 10% success chance and 5% more bureaucracy. Or focus on passing the law. We get 20%. We'll go with the 20% extra boost. We've got plenty of bureaucracy, so we don't need extra right now. I'll be honest. But anyway, the Destroyer and the Dreadnought Warfare, we need to have 20% of each, which with the Destroyers we already have. We actually got quite a bit more than 20%. But basically what we need to do is we need to go ahead and build a few more Dreadnoughts. Now we do have already quite a few ships being built up. Like the total, actually, we could have a few more Destroyers as well. But let's go ahead and get some Dreadnoughts first. Build another 5. And then we'll build another, I don't know, 2 Destroyers for example. Maybe get a little bit on the western shores there. So that should get us close to 40 ships total, which is still going to be something that one admiral can, or rear admiral can still take care of. That's good enough. Right, so we're still making money. Not a huge amount of money, but we're still making money. The private sector is building a whole lot of stuff. A lot of classworks, apparently, and some synthetic plants, which I'm assuming are going to be making more silk, among other things. The French flu spreads to Cordoba again. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. We're trying to get rid of the French flu, but it's not really going away right now. I suppose one of the things that I could do is I could have a look at the decisions and pandemic response. We could go for the strict lockdowns and close non-essential businesses, but that would reduce the throughput of a lot of things for a while. But currently we have the health measures and distancing and protection masks and all that. But I think... You know, we'll try for the strict lockdowns. It's probably going to wreck our economy for a little bit here. But maybe that will be enough to stop it from spreading so we can get rid of it. At least that would be ideal. Looks like Cuba has a bit of revolution. Alright then. That's none of my business though. Another thing that we will probably need to build more is more troops. I am thinking about increasing the army size. Especially this one. We'll go ahead and get another few... artilleries and maybe a bit more infantry. Mostly the squad infantry in this case. Also in Alta Parago, there's not a lot of workers in there, so no point in hiring more there. But that's going to give us 250 total. And then if we get 280 or something like that total, that would be enough to challenge the Brazilians quite nicely. And they've called the trench infantry now, I've already checked that. But they do not have the squad infantry that we do. And also, I don't know... if they actually have the... They got shrapnel artillery. They don't have the siege artillery then. At least not everywhere. I don't know if there's some units that have it. Let's have a look at the... No. They do not have the siege artillery yet. So we do have a lot of higher damage that we can inflict on them than what they'd be inflicting on us. Because the problem is that they might call it someone like Russia on their side again. Plus, we've still got quite a bit of infamy, which we kind of need to reduce. And we've got a whole lot of radicals right now, which is hopefully going to start going down slowly but surely. Admittedly, we also need to get the rural folk approval rating a little bit higher. Because if you have a look at the tech spread, we kind of want to get the most out of it. And right now, we're not quite getting the everything that we could. And I was doing a lot of calculations on the amount of text to spread, so all that we need to get. And quite frankly, after the paved roads, we can probably focus mostly on the military stuff. Production side, we only got a handful of techs to spray anyway, and those will spray over time. I'm just thinking, like, maybe, just maybe we can complete at least majority of the techs before the end of the game. Oh, we could actually have more innovation. Hold on a minute. Put another 2 in our capital. But that's going to be after all these barracks. Luckily, those are built fairly quickly, so it's not a huge problem. It'll take a little while. There we go. The military aviation is going to be completed soon. Oh, and that reminds me. Oh, progress to study. Oh, there we go. The healthcare is progressing. So, I actually never switch away from the first aid to the field hospitals. There's plenty of opium in the British market. So, we're going to switch to that on both of these. I don't know, it might not be that much more expensive. We could also activate the opium in here, but I don't think we initially need to worry about it. I'm sure that the morale is going to be recovering relatively quickly. We could put in the motorized reconnaissance, but I don't think we have the automobile in the market to really warrant that. It looks like Tucuman, well, the power plant is at least a bit more profitable now. And the military aviation has been unlocked. So now we're researching the paved roads, which shouldn't take too long. I do wonder what it's going to start to spread in the military tech now. Battleships, okay. I guess we could go ahead and put that to the queue. I wouldn't mind getting the stormtroopers, to be fair, because that's both trench squad, or all 3, trench squad and mechanized infantry get +5 offense and more kill rate. So we'll be dealing a lot more damage. Of course, there's things like the concrete fortifications would be quite handy. I don't know if we want to go for the chemical weapons, to be fair, but the flamethrowers could also be very useful. And the mobile armor, that's easier said than done, perhaps, but that could be useful. But at least the military size is increasing. Well, plenty of prestige now. Actually, if we do have a look at the ledger, in terms of prestige, we have surpassed India. And we're still about 200 points behind Qing, but we're definitely approaching there. Our economy has sort of collapsed. Not massively collapsed, but... Oh, the flu still spreads. Oh, bloody hell. On to Paraguay. Alright then, well... It may be, just maybe, it will start being a little bit less at least. If we do have a look at the flu pandemic, there's still 4 states that have it. So, yeah, it's not really gone that much down. At least we're still making money. We do need to pay another 8 million credit, which is easier said than done, but we'll give it a try at least. And the standard of living is now a decent bit lower than what it used to be. Partially because the throughputs and all that are being reduced due to the flu. Oh. Oh, Brazil's got an uprising there, okay. New Angolan uprising. Well, in the meanwhile, the private sector is building some more cotton, more electric industries, motor industries, a paper mill even, some military shipyard, steel mill. So it's building a whole lot of industries. Mainly, I mean, there's every now and then some agriculture stuff, but mostly industries, which is good for the economy, I dare say. At least the population is 18.5 million. Hold on, how close are we to the population in Americas? We only got 60 million. Oh, right, we haven't incorporated all these states yet. We are incorporating these 2, though. It's going to be taking another 3 years. That's another 8 years, which that one will not complete. But it's also a fairly small state, regardless. So it's not necessarily that big of an issue. The gold mines there, which are basically using as little workforce as they can, really, but can't do quite everything for it. We've got the railways there, we've got livestock ranches, I suppose. No, I can't really do much about that one. There's this very tiny amount of workers in here, in total, which kind of understandable. Is there anything that we could do? I suppose we could put the gas street lights. No, that's actually going to hire even more people. But that would offer some services, at least. I'll go for it. Popular playwright endorses the reform. I'm going to say the prestige, and it's going to be increased a little bit further. And now we're building the university. Is that the only thing that we're building? It is, actually. Okay, so we're paying the debt even faster. And there we go. Got the GDP back to 75 million. I think it's going to be growing soon enough a bit further. But also, the fact that we increased the military is going to be very handy. But what are the things that we need desperately? A bit more silk wouldn't hurt. Got the silk plantation or the synthetics plant already in here. We could potentially go ahead and give it another level. It would provide some more silk, which is fairly high price in here, and some more dyes which aren't quite as much needed, but it'll still be okay. We did already build another 2 synthetic plants elsewhere. I think, actually, let's just double check. We've got 3 of them levels. Yeah, we've got 3 levels right now. And the rural folk is slowly getting into a bit better mood. They're still definitely opposing us, but we shall see. Right, so the universities are about to be done. We actually got the... oh, right, the throughput was reduced by the lockdowns for universities, wasn't it? Right, I see. So that was why the innovation went down. Well, I'll be having a bit of extra capacity in there. Probably not the worst. Well, at least we'll see. I mean, the literary rate is 85.6, so that's also pretty decent. That's another university completed. And almost 78 million GDP now. Very good. So if we have a look at the flu pandemic, it's only 2 states now with it. And it's in Paraguay. Paraguay and Alto Paraguay. I'm hoping that we can pass the public health insurance soon, so we can get the health institution a bit higher, so we can get the population growth be a bit more steady. I mean, right now it's not really growing all that much due to the pandemics, but that seems to be mostly going down now, I hope. And then we don't need to worry about it anymore. But yeah, there we go. We're getting some more paper mills. That's going to require a bit more dyes, but that's fine. We've got plenty of production for it. The French lose press to Santa Fe. Oh, bollocks. Well, there goes that idea. And it seems like Brazil won their war. What's this then? Scandinavia versus Prussia. Oh, Prussian uprising. Oh, that's Holstein, essentially. Or Schleswig-Holstein. Oh, Lord Progress to voting. There we go. There's just one more roll and we might have the public health insurance. Already down to 7.4 million in debt, and we're below 25 infamy. We'd rather keep it a bit further than that as well, but there's probably going to be a bit of a limit on how much we can do about it. So we've got a bit of shortage of oil in here, actually a huge shortage of oil in here. I do wonder, should we perhaps just go back to the crystal glass? Reduce the amount of glass we produce a lot. We reduce the pollution as well. Honestly, I think we're going to go ahead and switch the glassworks to crystal glass again. Because the oil is just so expensive. And there's quite a huge lack of oil in the market. About 11,000 units lack, so I don't think we can keep on everything that uses oil. Or fertilizer plants. Do we want to... maybe we can go for the improved fertilizer. So reduce the oil. We'll have a bit less fertilizer, but it'll be fine. Explosives? I don't think that... well, actually, it might be possible in most places. Steel mills, there's the... well, we don't actually need to change that one. Motor industries. And not every place has the ability to make the... oh, oil discovered in Gujarat. Oh, please build those up. Because we need that oil. Now, admittedly, if we were to conquer Mato Grosso from Brazil, there's actually a decent bit of population in there. Oh, and the French blue spread to Corrientes. Alright then. This just keeps on happening. So how many states do we have now? 4. Okay. So back to 4. That is a bit unfortunate. Well, the paved roads are going to be done fairly shortly, at least. And there's all the construction work done from me. Well, for now. I suppose... oh, we could switch the pandemic response. We'll stick to the current one. I mean, it does hurt our GDP quite a bit. And thus hurt our prestige probably quite a bit as well. But I think we'll just take it for now. We've managed to increase the militia size. So I suppose we could go ahead and increase it further now. Take the second army. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of the lancers in there. Oh! Market access reduced again. Is that because of the low... it's probably because of... oh. Oh, this thing is losing prosperity. Oh. That is bad. Because we've built so many of these various electric industries, and not all of them are making a profit right now. Mostly because the rubber price is pretty darn high. And I don't think I can do much about it. No, not really. Unless I start subsidizing this. They'll get more people in here. Or more people might be moving in because the wages are going to be... null state. Alright then. So it's not actually spreading to any state. We're still getting the event from there. Fair enough. So how is the... oh, the investment pool is still 7 million. But it's going down fairly quickly. Building a lot more in here. The health insurance will hopefully be done soon. That'll probably start improving the population growth again. I mean, it's still not really growing all that much, but I'm hoping that we can turn that around soon enough. I mean, it's growing in some states, and in other states it's just going downwards. So over here we still have quite a bit of lack of... oh, it's got electricity problems in here. And that could be fixed. Oh, and there's the public health insurance, finally. So standard of living is increased. Pollution effects reduction. Less mortality. There we go. That does cost a bit more power from the clergy, but they are not in power anyway anymore. When it spreads to null state, I wonder if we encounter a bug here. Because I don't think it should be going to null state. I'm just going to double check. Flu pandemic, so it's still got 4 states there. We'll discover in East Borneo. I didn't realize we had that in our market. Looks like the radical numbers are still going up. I suspect that with the increase in standard of living for everyone, thanks to the law change. Actually, is there... Right, we can't get rid of the colonial exploitation. We have to get to the neo-colonial affairs. Because we don't actually need it anymore, is the thing. At the same time, we can start increasing the institution for health system. How much is it? It's 147, so we can go for the max level there. It's going to take a decent bit of time, but that will start improving the... or reducing the mortality rate even further, increasing standard of living further as well. So that'll actually be quite nice. And maybe that will start reducing the radicals a little bit, or getting some more loyalists at least. Of course, our legitimacy is a bit rough right now, and I don't think we can get much better, because it's the power between these various interest groups is split so evenly that we can't really do too much about it. Right, so is there any other areas that are... So I know that over here we have a huge electricity shortage. Probably build a second power plant there just to be on the safe side. That'll fix some of the issues. Over here we don't have any quite as bad issues at least. And over here there doesn't seem to be huge issues. I mean, the urban center doesn't hire everyone. Mostly because the price for transportation services are very, very low. I suppose we could go for the flash freezing. It might not be quite as profitable, but it also reduced the amount of workforce needed in there. To be fair, right now there's a whole lot of unemployed... Oh! Ecuador wants an alliance. Sure. I'll take it. So Colombia and Ecuador are allies there. Not necessarily the most strong allies, let's put it that way. Workers at the rubber plantation in Argentina and Mato Grosso are being severely mistreated. We can't slow down the production. But hopefully, now that it's subsidized, they should be able to increase the wages in such a way that we'll get more workers in here. We'll start producing the rubber that we desperately need. So there's 2 power plants. We're still... Okay, it's 5.7 million in debt. Sure enough, it will be gone all the way. Oh, rubber discovered Houseland. Right, so I was planning on doing a war against Brazil still. So let's go ahead and increase the second army now into... Didn't I already... No, I didn't build up these. I thought I was going to, but then we got distracted by something, I think. So there's a bit of military there. So that's going to be 10 Lancers. We'll get to 20 siege artillery. We'll just get some over there. And then we'll get the infantry up to 60, I think. That'll be quite a bit of military construction. They should be done fairly quickly, and then once we have all of those troops, we'll have 180 battalions. That's already going to be quite a sizable army. Now hopefully we can, if we do the war against Brazil, we can do it quickly, and just punch through. We'll probably take at least some land from them. Oh, the flu spreads to null state, okay. So let's just double check the pandemic. It's only 2 states now. So it might actually not be spreading anymore. Well, I say that. It probably will still do a little bit of spreading, but maybe we can get rid of that, and thus the economy can recover. In terms of ledger, we have caught up with Jing quite a bit there. I mean, we've still got a bit of room to expand, but once we get all the military upgrade, all the increase done there, we should be overtaking Great Jing, I reckon, and then it's, well, Italy would be the next one, but that's going to be a little bit hard to catch up with. In terms of GDP, we are actually fairly high though, not far from Spain. Or Russia, for that matter. Oh, it did spread to Corrientes again. It was there just not that long ago. Oil discover in Arcania. Yeah, that sounds good. Alright, well, let's build... Oh, it's only 1 oil rig. I'm gonna subsidize this to get as many workers over here as possible, because right now it's not producing a lot of oil, and we need a whole lot of oil. We will build that extra oil rig there as well, but if we can keep this oil rig going max speed, then that is going to be huge. Well, a decent bit of oil. It's not going to be like a... Well, it should be about 400 right now, which is currently 13, so there's quite a bit of room to increase. And of course, once we get the 5th one there, then it's going to be 500 oil total, which honestly isn't the worst. Right, so why is the society tech spreading? It is spreading... Actually, I don't think it's spreading anything right now. No, it isn't. Okay, then. let's go ahead and focus on the military techs. I don't know which one's going to be spreading next, so we'll wait on that. But we'll just focus on the military techs because we know that we can get those. Although I suppose that does mean that we still need to get some of these various society techs manually. Mass propaganda could be quite handy. Although the behaviorism would increase the influence, reduce the bureaucracy, or analytical philosophy. Oh, that would allow us to get more innovation from the universities. Not that we necessarily need too much. We've built so many universities total that we've got that sort of covered. So we got the... Oh wow, there's a whole lot of support for Counter Republic suddenly. And so the almost 4 million of the population support it. And then rule folk supported. They've got anarchists. There's quite a bit of people that would be radicalized that, so I don't think we actually want to go for that. And was there any other laws that we really wanted to pass right now? We could go for some sort of social security or some regulatory bodies for the labor. On the other hand, what else would there... Actually, has the... No, the rule folk still opposes a lot of things. Laws that they would want me to pass. There's the national militia, migration controls, and Counter Republic. I don't really want to pass any of those, quite frankly. So I guess we'll just have to live with the minus 10% tech spread for now. Well, I guess we're pretty much caught up with the society techs right now compared to other nations in the world, or at least in the region. But there's a bit of expensive glass in the market. Now, to be fair, we did reduce our glass production quite a bit by not utilizing the oil in it anymore. So has the production in Araucania increased with oil? Not really. They may have hired a few more people, but it's a really small amount right now that we're actually getting out of it. Anti-mask league. We're going to ignore the league, or abandon anti-plague measures. We'll ignore the league for now. We won't be getting, or we weren't getting any bonuses from them anyway. What else? In production, we're still getting the compression ignition. That's going to allow us to get the compression ignition tractors for the farms and diesel pumps. To be fair, I don't know if I really want to go for either one of those. The diesel engines for motors would be kind of okay, but at the same time, that's going to still require so much oil that the market just can't handle that. Ooh, oil discovered in Saskatchewan, so in Canada, and against the odds. No, I'd say they have fairly earned their success. The Guarani Pop, so there's a bit more loyalist. It's probably not going to have much of an impact, admittedly. No, actually, the loyalist numbers are still going down. The new national identity, we still need to get one state, and it's going to be Alto Paraguay, I believe, which is not really something that I can really do much about, because the population is only 30,000. I mean, I suppose I could build stuff in there, but I don't know if there would be people moving in there. No, to Mato Grosso now. Okay, so the flu is just sticking around for a while now. We're back to 4 states. And it's hindering our economy quite drastically. Oh, what's this then? Oh, Germany is having a proletariat revolt. Alright then. It looks like Italy is leaning towards North German Federation at least. So the market access is mostly fine again. So that's at least good. Standard of living hasn't really increased too much. How well is the institution spreading? It is still taking a little while to reach the level 3, but that will start increasing standard of living a bit further and also reduce the mortality. Although the population growth is still very tiny in comparison. At least we're going to have the battleship soon. And also the infamy has dropped a decent bit. We haven't gotten our troops to the 180 battalions yet. Once we have, which to be fair, we are building those relatively quickly. But it's going to take a while before they have fully hired, I reckon. But once those are ready, then we can probably do the war against Brazil. We may take a whole lot of loans, but considering that there's only like 6 years left in the playthrough, might as well end it with a big bang against Brazil, I suppose, in this case. I'll probably go for at least a few states, like at least 2 in here, and Mato Grosso. Oh, there's the battleships. Right, I don't know which one is going to start spreading next, so what we could do, we could go for the compression ignition, just speed through that real quick, and then we'll see what starts spreading in here. It's probably going to be something... Alright, yeah, we got the military aviation. We didn't actually start building any, because I don't think there's too much demand for it right now in our market. Nor do we... Oh, concrete fortifications. Yeah, we'll go for that one next. And it spreads to Null State. Ooh, there's the oil rig about to be done. How are we doing on money? We got 4.5 million credit to pay off still. The investment pool is actually at 8 million right now, so it has gone up a decent bit every now and then, especially when we're building more or less full speed. And, or like the public construction is going, then the private sector will be able to accumulate money. But even though we are going to be losing that, so basically it's going to be another 30,000 deficit on that once we stop constructing fairly shortly. Of course, we're making such a huge amount of profit regardless that we could actually just go ahead and build something else. What do we need? More automobiles. With that, we need so much oil that it's not really going to be worthwhile. More silk. I suppose we could just go ahead and get some more synthetic plants. I mean, right now it's making a profit. We're going to actually stop the subsidizing in there, I reckon. Then I think we'll just go ahead and build another one in here. It doesn't take too long, because I start providing some more silk. If we have a look at the trade routes that we have, we are still importing a lot of silk, mind you, but I guess there's a huge demand for the silk now. Ooh, there we go. Society research speed 10%. I don't think it started spreading anything there yet, has it? No, it has not. So I guess we might want to go ahead and just go for the... Could go for the antibiotics, or mass surveillance, or in financial intervention. Yeah, we'll go for that one. After the fortifications. So the radical numbers haven't really started going down too much yet, but we haven't really increased the standard of living much, which is usually the primary thing. And of course, there's the constant plague still, well, flu, the French flu going around. So at least we've increased the GDP to 82 million, so it has at least recovered a tiny bit. And now it spreads to null state again, okay. So we've got still Paraguay and Mato Grosso, or Alto Paraguay and Mato Grosso. They're not necessarily very populous states, mind you, that are having to deal with the plague now. Do we still have a lack of electricity in here? We're having a lack of rubber. Right. Well, that's a bit of a problem. And I can't do... Well, actually, what I could do, in fact, is I could try importing some. I don't have a lot of convoys available, mind you. But we could import from Senegalese, maybe Russian market. We'll import some from there. But now, we won't be able to get that once we start fighting against Brazil, most likely. But getting that extra rubber will probably make quite a difference in the money. Also, the interest rates, or interest, we need to pay only 6,500 per... Well, actually, each week it goes down a lot faster. Yeah, fair enough. So we're 3.7 million in debt right now. We're about to get the compression ignition. Then we'll just get some more... Oh, right. So we are hiring the troops now. It's still not quite done. Well, honestly, we're pretty close to completion, or getting all the troops ready. And then we'll probably be able to do our war against Brazil. Oh, there we go. Health system increased to level 3 as well. Let's wait for that check. Oh, the max innovation, 180 right now. Well, there we are. The compression ignition. So, we don't really need the diesel pumps. I mean, the... Oh, actually, diesel trains. What does that entail? That requires a whole lot of oil instead of electricity. I can't do that one. We don't have the oil for it. Electricity trains is fine, though. That's, well, I mean, might not be making a huge profit. How much are we paying for subsidies right now, actually? 27,000. It's a decent bit. It's definitely a decent bit. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, get the links down below. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.